Just imagine this. You feel completely fine. No headaches, no dizziness, no obvious symptoms. And yet, right at that very moment, your blood pressure might be quietly rising little by little, without you even knowing it. That's exactly why high blood pressure is called the silent killer. It doesn't knock, it doesn't warn. It sneaks in, silently damaging your heart, your brain, your kidneys, until one day, a stroke or heart attack strikes, seemingly out of nowhere. And the most dangerous part? The everyday habits, the things you do without a second thought, may be feeding the problem. You might be taking your medication on time. You might be going for regular checkups. You might even be trying to stay active every day. But if you're making small mistakes, harmless as they may seem, your blood pressure can still silently fluctuate. And you will be the one facing the consequences. Today's video isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to shed light. It will help you see clearly that your heart health can absolutely be protected if you simply avoid these 7 common mistakes. If you care about blood pressure, heart health, and staying strong over 50, hit the like button so YouTube can share this video with more people who need it. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'll bring you more simple, practical, and effective tips to support your health every day. Now, let's jump right into the first mistake. Number 1, taking medication the wrong way, wrong dose, wrong time, wrong combinations. You're taking your medication every day, just like you're supposed to, but your blood pressure is still high? The problem might not be that you're skipping your pills, but that you're not taking them correctly. This is one of the most common reasons why blood pressure remains uncontrolled, even in people who appear to follow their treatment plan. First, let's talk about dosage. Many people are prescribed the right medication, but at a dose that's too low to be effective. Your body may need a higher dose, or a combination of medications such as a diuretic or a different class of blood pressure drug. This isn't something you should adjust on your own. It requires careful evaluation from your doctor, based on your blood pressure readings and your health profile. Next is timing. It's very common for people to be prescribed 2 or more medications, but take them all together in the morning. The result? Those medications wear off by afternoon or evening, and your blood pressure creeps back up when no one's watching. Ask your doctor exactly when to take each type, morning or night, because blood pressure needs to be controlled for a full 24 hours, not just during your morning reading. Finally, one factor that's often overlooked, but just as critical, is drug interactions. Many over-the-counter medicines like cold and flu meds, painkillers, anti-inflammatories, antidepressants, or even supplements with licorice, ginseng, or ephedra can interfere with your blood pressure medication. If you don't tell your doctor everything you're taking, a prescription that looks correct on paper may lose its effectiveness, and you won't even realize it. So remember, it's not just about taking the right medicine. You have to take it the right way. If your blood pressure is still unstable, don't try to adjust your meds on your own. Instead, go to your doctor and be transparent. Share everything you're taking, from prescriptions to supplements, when you take them, and how your body feels each day. This isn't reporting in. It's how you and your doctor work as a team to protect your heart. Together. Number 2. You're eating more salt than you think, and it's quietly raising your blood pressure every day. Most of the salt we consume doesn't come from the salt shaker. It comes from everyday foods: soy sauce, cold cuts, canned soups, fish sauce, bread, frozen meals, salad dressings, and even those low-fat items that are already seasoned. And it's the hidden sodium in these convenient foods that quietly contributes to high blood pressure. When sodium levels rise in your blood, your body holds on to more water in an attempt to balance things out. That extra fluid increases blood volume, which puts more pressure on your blood vessels and forces your heart to work harder. The result? Higher blood pressure. But it doesn't stop there. Excess sodium also disrupts your electrolyte balance, affecting how your heart contracts and how your blood vessels regulate themselves. Over time, a salty diet causes your blood vessels to lose their flexibility. They become stiff and narrow, no longer able to expand easily when pressure rises. That's how this harmless habit can quietly push you toward chronic hypertension without you ever noticing. There's more. Sodium also stimulates your sympathetic nervous system, increasing your heart rate and triggering the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, a powerful hormonal network that controls blood pressure. When this system is overactive, your body reabsorbs more sodium and water through the kidneys, further increasing blood volume, and the pressure spiral continues. So, what's the solution? You don't need to eliminate salt, but you do need to learn to control it. Start by reading nutrition labels carefully and choose products labeled low sodium or no added salt. Limit canned goods and ready-made sauces. Try seasoning your meals with natural ingredients like black pepper, lemon juice, fresh herbs, rye vinegar, garlic, or ginger. They taste great and support healthy blood pressure. And remember, your taste buds can adapt. At first, food may seem bland, but give it just 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll start noticing the natural sweetness in food, and that old salty taste will begin to feel overwhelming. Cutting salt doesn't mean cutting flavor. It simply means discovering a new way to eat delicious and satisfying, without the added risk. Number 3. Not monitoring your blood pressure at home. You're missing a key piece of the puzzle. Have you ever thought, I already had my blood pressure checked at the clinic, that should be enough? The truth is, it's not. Because blood pressure doesn't stay still. It fluctuates throughout the day based on your emotions, meals, sleep, and stress levels. If you're only getting it checked at the doctor's office every few months, you're not seeing the full picture. You're only catching a single moment in time. Home blood pressure monitoring is one of the simplest yet most powerful tools, especially if you've had high blood pressure in the past or are at risk as an older adult. When you measure it regularly at home, you begin to notice patterns, what's normal, what's not, and you can adjust your diet, routine, and habits accordingly. You stop reacting to surprise readings at the clinic and start taking control. Nowadays, home monitors are user-friendly and widely available. Digital machines come with large displays, automatic memory, and easy instructions. All you need to do is sit still, position your arm correctly, stay calm, and read the result. 2 common phenomena can actually distort the truth if you rely only on clinic measurements: white coat hypertension, when your numbers rise simply from the stress of seeing a doctor, and masked hypertension, when your clinic readings are normal, but your numbers at home are consistently high. That's why home monitoring gives you and your doctor the real picture, unfiltered by momentary nerves or chance. It doesn't just help fine-tune your medication, It shows the impact of your daily efforts, a lower sodium meal, a good night's sleep, and a light morning walk. And on a mental level, this habit can help reduce fear. When you get used to seeing the numbers, and when you realize your daily choices actually affect them, you start to feel less anxious and more in control of your health. Just 5 minutes each morning, and you're not just recording a number, you're rebuilding trust in your body and slowly restoring the stability your heart is asking for. Number 4. Letting chronic stress linger. You're allowing your blood pressure to be controlled from within. You might be eating well, exercising gently, and taking your medication on time, yet still find your blood pressure rising and falling unpredictably. It's time to take a closer look at one powerful but often overlooked factor: prolonged stress and anxiety. When you're overly worried, it's not just your mind that feels the strain. Your body reacts too, with a wave of physical symptoms: rapid heartbeat, sweaty palms, trouble sleeping, headaches, or even trembling. This isn't about being emotionally weak. It's a real biological response triggered by a surge in cortisol and adrenaline, two hormones that place your body on high alert. These two hormones are at the heart of stress-induced high blood pressure. Adrenaline speeds up your heart rate, constricts blood vessels, and increases oxygen demand. Cortisol raises blood sugar, intensifies heart contractions, and if elevated for too long, overworks your kidneys, interfering with your body's ability to regulate blood pressure effectively. Over time, chronically high blood sugar caused by stress can lead to atherosclerosis, the hardening and narrowing of the arteries, which increases resistance in the circulatory system. Eventually, this can result in chronic hypertension. In other words, your emotions, if left unchecked, can cause real, physical changes in your blood vessels. Anxiety doesn't just affect blood pressure. It can trigger irregular heart rhythms, reduce blood flow to the heart, and increase your risk of stroke or ventricular fibrillation. But the good news is you don't have to eliminate all stress to protect your health. You simply need to practice calming your body and mind each day. Take a few minutes each morning to breathe deeply. Turn off your phone 10 minutes before bedtime. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each night. Listen to calming instrumental music when you feel overwhelmed. These seemingly small actions are powerful tools that help stabilize your hormone levels and, in turn, prevent your blood pressure from being swept up in an emotional storm. And if you're going through a difficult, prolonged period, don't hesitate to speak with a doctor or mental health professional. Sometimes, taking care of your blood pressure begins with taking care of your emotional well-being. Because a healthy heart doesn't just need the right foods, it needs peace from within. Number 5. Sitting too much, the modern habit. Silently undermining your blood pressure. You might not think of yourself as inactive. Maybe you take walks in the yard, do household chores, or stretch now and then. But here's the truth. If you spend most of your day sitting, whether it's watching TV, reading, working, or just resting, your body is still in a low-activity state, and that's a major contributor to high blood pressure. According to the latest U.S. blood pressure guidelines, about 46% of American adults are now classified as having hypertension, greater than or equal to 130/80 millimeters of mercury. In this context, experts are placing greater emphasis on lifestyle changes, particularly reducing sedentary behavior, alongside medication. This is especially critical for older adults, who are at higher risk and often fall into the sit more, move less routine due to lifestyle habits, physical limitations, or their living environment. The good news? You don't need a gym membership or intense workouts. Simply sit less and stand more. That alone helps your heart work more efficiently. When you sit for long periods, blood flow slows down. The vessels in your legs are compressed, and your heart has to work harder to circulate blood. Over time, this builds silent pressure in your cardiovascular system, raising your blood pressure gradually and unnoticed. For seniors, prolonged sitting isn't just about blood pressure. It's linked to declining mobility, higher fall risk, osteoporosis, abdominal fat gain, and metabolic dysfunction, all of which increase the likelihood of heart disease and stroke. That's why it's so important to stand up every 30 to 60 minutes. Walk around for a few minutes. Roll your wrists, bounce your heels, and shrug your shoulders. Even just 15 to 30 minutes of light activity a day can make a measurable difference, improving your blood pressure, blood sugar, sleep quality, and mood. Modern life has us sitting more than ever, but our heart was not designed for stillness. It was made to move, to circulate, and to deliver life to every cell in your body. So let's start right now. Stand up after finishing this section. With that one simple motion, you're already giving yourself a better shot at being healthier than you were yesterday. Number 6, caffeine and alcohol, the dangerous duo that can throw your blood pressure off balance. A morning cup of coffee to wake you up. A small glass of wine at dinner to wind down. It sounds harmless, maybe even like you're enjoying the little pleasures of life. But if you're living with high blood pressure, these two small habits might be the silent culprits keeping your numbers unstable. Both caffeine and alcohol have direct effects on your blood vessels and cardiovascular system. Caffeine is a stimulant. Once in your body, it constricts blood vessels and increases heart rate, causing a temporary spike in blood pressure. For some people, this effect is mild and short-lived. But if you're sensitive to caffeine or taking blood pressure medication, even one cup can trigger unwanted changes. Alcohol, especially when consumed regularly, has a dual impact. On one hand, it can raise your blood pressure over time if consumed beyond safe limits. On the other hand, it interferes with medication effectiveness, disrupts sleep, and overworks the liver and kidneys, all of which increase cardiovascular risk. Things get even more complicated when caffeine and alcohol are consumed together, like energy drinks mixed with liquor, or coffee after a party. A 2018 study found that just one can of energy drink reduced blood vessel flexibility from 5.1% to 2.8%, meaning blood flow became more restricted and internal pressure increased significantly. These effects might sound like they only happen in young people, but they're especially risky for older adults whose cardiovascular systems are already less resilient. Additionally, both caffeine and alcohol can trigger irregular heart rhythms, from atrial fibrillation and atrial flutter to premature beats, all of which raise your risk of stroke and heart attack. Some energy drinks or caffeinated beverages also contain sodium, another red flag if you're trying to cut back on salt. And if you notice poor sleep after caffeine or alcohol, that's your heart telling you it's under stress. Poor sleep quality is a silent partner in raising blood pressure night after night. Now, this doesn't mean you have to completely give up your favorite cup of coffee or evening glass of wine, but it does mean being more intentional. If you drink coffee daily, try checking your blood pressure before and after. If you have trouble sleeping after drinking alcohol, consider swapping it for herbal tea at night. And if you're on blood pressure medication, don't hesitate to ask your doctor whether caffeine or alcohol could be affecting your treatment. Sometimes, even a small change in your routine can lead to better control than you expected. When it comes to blood pressure, the goal isn't strict restriction. It's about knowing your body and setting smart boundaries to protect your heart, one small choice at a time. Number 7. Not sharing enough with your doctor. A small oversight, big consequences. You might believe, my doctor has my records. They know what's going on with me. But in reality, each appointment is only truly effective if you actively share complete and honest information. And when it comes to high blood pressure, a silent condition full of hidden risks, this becomes even more critical. Many people simply tell their doctor, "I have high blood pressure," but leave out crucial details. What medications they're currently taking, whether they use any herbal supplements, if they've had kidney or heart issues in the past, what their current eating habits are, or whether they've noticed any unusual symptoms lately. Leaving out these details can lead to an incomplete treatment plan, or worse, the wrong one. Remember, your doctor is not there to guess what's wrong. They're there to work with you to manage your condition. If you hide or forget to mention the over-the-counter medications, cold remedies, pain relievers, herbal formulas, or supplements you're using, you might be withholding a key piece of the puzzle that could reduce your treatment's effectiveness or even cause dangerous interactions. Beyond medications, your lifestyle habits also shape your doctor's advice. If you eat salty foods, drink alcohol, smoke, or are sedentary but don't mention any of it, your doctor won't be able to tailor their recommendations to your real situation. You should also speak up about the small symptoms you might think are unimportant. Unusual fatigue, lightheadedness in the morning, mild leg swelling, dull headaches, or trouble sleeping. These may seem unrelated, but they could be important clues that reveal early heart or kidney damage, or complications starting to form. And don't forget to bring your home blood pressure log. A single reading at the doctor's office isn't enough. When your doctor can see a pattern at rest, after meals, post-walk, they can adjust your medication and lifestyle plan far more accurately. Many people hold back, worried about being judged or bothering the doctor. But remember, your doctor isn't there to criticize you. They need your input to do their job well. Your health is not a test you're trying to pass. It's a collaborative process, and you hold the key to making your treatment work. So next time you're at a checkup, don't just say, "I have high blood pressure." Say, "I'm taking this medication. I usually eat like this. Lately, I've had trouble sleeping and noticed some swelling in my legs." Just a few sentences like that could completely change your treatment plan and prevent complications before they begin. Because accurate, complete information is the first step to giving your heart the care it truly needs. Blood pressure isn't just a number on a monitor. It's your body's silent record, reflecting how you live, what you eat, how you move, how you rest, and how you feel each day. If today you've realized that you've been making one of the mistakes we discussed, don't see it as something to feel bad about. See it as an opportunity to begin again. No one has to change everything overnight. But if you choose just one thing to improve, like taking your medication more consistently, eating slightly less salt, or standing up every 30 minutes, you've already laid the first brick on the path to a stronger heart. High blood pressure doesn't have to be a life sentence. With every wise choice, you are rewriting the story of your health. If you found this video helpful, please click like to help share this message with others who may need it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can continue walking with us on this journey of living well, living intentionally, no matter your age. Because your heart deserves to be cared for, one beat at a time.